Camera roll, light check. Sound check. Intro, start on 2. 1, 2. Welcome to Nightline with your host Jerry Middleton and analyst Rick Fletcher. Nightline is filmed on the campus of Northeastern High School. Let's join Jerry and Rick in the West Wing for tonight. Well, good evening. Hey, and also, you heard our studio audience. Tickets are available, but rarely ever do they ever come available.
That's a rare ticket out there.
It's a rare ticket. It's a hard ticket to get. It's like a World Series or Super Bowl ticket. But you know what? With the right type of price, we can get you in here.
Yeah, I heard the secondary market is being flooded right now as we speak, though, Jerry. So get your tickets early for our studio audience.
Get them tickets. Anyway, I'm your host, Jerry Middleton. Alongside me is analyst Rick Fletcher. Rick, let's talk a little cross country.
Cross country, we had a lot going on with cross country. We just finished semi-state. And the night for a small school going all the way to semi-state, we had the boys team, the whole team went to semi-state. And on the girls' side, we had Marissa Cates qualified for semi-state. And when you talk about cross country and you talk about the state tournament, it's not like basketball, football, or other team sports. You're playing everybody. In the sectional, you get big schools like Richmond, and you'll find out, we talked to the coaches, and you'll find out who was at the semi-state. But that's a real big accomplishment for these kids to go all the way to semi-state.
Well, anytime you can compete against schools with 3,000 and 4,000 students, and we get somebody into the semi-state or a team, advance to there, that's a pretty great accomplishment.
It's a tremendous accomplishment. So
yeah. Well, and Rick, you talked to Tyler and Eric, the coaches of the cross-country team, and after they got back from, was that Shelbyville?
Shelbyville.
Well, you know what? Let's see what our reporter, Rick, and Eric and Tyler had to say.
Thank you very much. I'm Rick Fletcher, and I'm here at Northeastern High School, and right now we're all about cross country. I'm here with Tyler Hostetler. He's the head coach of the Northeastern cross country team, and his assistant, Eric Nolan. So, Tyler, today was semi-state. Just tell everybody how we did today.
We did really well. We had 4 boys. We got to run 7 boys. We had 4 boys with personal bests.
Okay.
The other 3 ran very well. It was a good showing for us, coming off a sectional championship and a good regional showing. We had a great day against some really tough competition.
Yeah, in our boys team, the whole team qualified. Okay, and that's what people don't understand. There is no classes in cross country. We're competing against some big schools. Such as, who was there?
Today we had Carmel, Brebeuf Jesuit, Westfield, Zionsville, all the big guys.
Huge schools.
Yep.
Okay, so that's who we're competing against. Now, Eric, on the girls' side, not the whole team went, but we have some things going on in girls cross country that we need to address. What's going on there?
Well, we had to have 5 for a full team. Only had 4 girls.
All right, so that's an appeal. Okay, if you're a girl, cross country is a great way to get into shape or stay in shape if you're an athlete in another sport and you're not in a fall sport. I would suggest go talk to these guys and be a cross country runner. So tell us how we did today.
Marissa Cates was there today for us for the semi-state. She ran well today, and during the season we had 3 girls make it to regionals as individuals. So.
Right. Okay. So that's a good progress. All right. So Tyler, on the boys' side, the cupboard's not bare. We've got a lot of talent coming back.
Right. We graduate 3, and we have 3 or 4 good boys coming up on the from middle school. We should be able to continue our success.
All right. Very good. And on the girls' side, we just need more girls.
We need more girls. We're not asking girls to win the meets. Just come out and be part of the team. And
yeah, but we do have Marissa Cates.
We do have Marissa.
Yeah, so that's a very good thing. And the Cates twins are probably, I'm guessing, our star runners. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, top on both sides. So.
All right. Well, very good. Congratulations to both of you guys. And I want to send my congratulations on to all the cross-country runners and their parents, because it is a family affair. So congratulations to them, and I'm sending it back to you now.
Rick, that was a pretty good interview you had.
Yep, so we learned a lot about cross country, at least I did. And like Tyler was telling us, we're set up pretty well next year for the boys team, and on the girls side, they need runners. They need girls to compete.
Yeah. I think we had some, some of the cross country seniors get some awards?
I believe, well, not seniors, okay,
Uh-huh.
but let me go over who our
All right.
seniors were. On the girls' side, our girls' seniors were Jill Berger and Paige Settle, and both of those got out of the sectionals. Both of those girls went into the regionals.
Into the regionals.
All right, so congratulations to them. And on the boys' side, Jackson Ramsey Nagel, Matt Steffen, and Drayden Johnson. So those are our seniors on cross country. Junior Chase Cates was named to Academic All-State Honorable Mention.
Well, that's good.
So it's not all about athletic accomplishment. There is an academic side to this.
Well, and their needs, that's why they're called student athletes.
Yeah, well, we have to throw that academic
Yeah.
achievement in there sometimes.
Well, that's
so.
wonderful. That's
Yeah.
a good deal.
So all in all, fantastic year for cross country, boys and girls. Congratulations to them. They had a tremendous year, and we're looking for good things coming up in the future in cross country. So congratulations Tyler and Eric on coaching. Very good team, and good luck to you guys in the future.
Well, Rick, it's been cold.
It's been
It's
chilly
been
and
chilly.
it's been wet.
It's been wet. We just need some snow, and it's football sectional time.
Football sectional time. The Knights went up to Winchester this last weekend and did exactly what they had to do, Jerry.
Yes, they went up there, and with the exception of the first couple possessions that we talked about, they dominated that ball game.
They did. They dominated that. You never know what's going to happen in these games. It's not a gimme that we're going to go up to any place and beat a team like Winchester on a lopsided game. Anything can happen in these games. This is a one-and-done tournament. You're playing for the rest of your season, and you want to continue and go on. So, anyways, 42-0 was the score. And I believe we have Wes Oler. We chatted with him after the ball game.
Rick chatted with Wes Oler after the ball game, and it's an interesting interview. We got kids playing in the background and so forth, but it's fun. So let's go and get that interview. Go.
Thank you very much, Jerry. Here we are at Winchester. The Knights defeat the Falcons 42-0 in the first round of the sectionals. I'm here with Coach Wes Oler. Wes, that was a heck of a ball game.
Yeah, I just told our kids we executed in all three phases really well. I thought defense, their best performance of the season. That's a tough offense to go against, and a single wing and misdirection, and we took away the run. And then when they tried to pass, I thought we were in the right places, and of course had a couple turnovers that we turned into points. But I'm just proud of our kids. We came out ready to go and kind of took control of the game early.
The game, we started a little slow on offense, but there was a big turnover by Trace Ferris. Who else? Well, the motor kid right there. Talk about Trace and the impact he has on your team.
Yeah, he's a leader. He leads by example. And that play just the kid tries to fair catch it, and it's a wet ball on a wet night. It's a tough play, and then the ball's loose, and Trace made the play, and that flipped the field for our first score. That was the play of the game.
And that started things rolling.
Yep.
One score in the first quarter, second quarter, it was just downhill from there.
Yeah.
So on offense, Damon Wilson doing what he does, right?
Yeah.
Rushing the ball.
They were kind of taking away the things that we do at the flank, with our wing backs, our jets, and our buck sweeps, and so we were just doing what works, right? That's what football is. You got to take what they give you, and he had a great game. He is getting better and better every week.
Yeah, he absolutely is. He's been a big cog for you all season, and ready going into the second round of the playoffs. I believe it's going to be a home game.
Yep.
So that's good. We want all you to come out, show your support for the Knights. We hopefully keep these things rolling. So we don't know who we're playing yet.
Not yet, nope.
We might have an idea.
Yep.
Okay. But whoever we play, we got to be running on all cylinders.
That's right.
It's that time of year, right?
That's
now
right.
that you
That's
got to have that motor going.
Yep.
So again, well, good luck, Wes.
Thank you,
Okay,
Rick, very
thanks a
much.
lot.
Thanks a lot.
Again, thank you very much. Again, Knights 42 and Falcons nothing, and we're moving on to next week. Back to you, Jerry.
Rick, I'm going to have to start calling you our roving reporter.
Oh yeah, we're roving all over the countryside
Well,
with our high dollar budget here.
And the thing, you've been in the cold and in the semi-warm, so we got to get you someplace, an interview in a hot place.
Well, I will tell you, on Friday night when we did that interview with Wes, I was frozen solid. It was wet, it was chilly, but we were happy to be there.
But Wes's kids wasn't. They
Wes's
were
kids,
wound
you
up,
know,
ready to go.
I'm going to give props to Wes's wife right now. I sit in the stands usually around Krista Oler. If you're listening, you are a saint, because they have 4 small kids and they are very entertaining in the stands. So props to you guys. Also, they have a ritual. I don't know if you people know this, but they have a ritual that after the game, win or lose, doesn't matter what happens to the game, his kids will go out and tackle him, almost tackle him on the field. So it's really fun to watch that kind of stuff that you don't necessarily pay attention to.
Well, it was funny because when you were doing the interview, they're like, no, now. And they went and gave him the big hug. So
Yeah.
that was nice.
It's always special to see that. So big game coming up. Big
Home game.
We got a home game with Centerville.
On Friday, kickoff is at 7.
We need cheer block to be there in full regalia. Everything, voices loud. We need everybody there.
I believe ticket prices are $6.
Yeah, normal sectional
Yeah.
pricing going on there. And I'd like to say a few things if I could. Let's be honest. Centerville is the class of the league around here.
Oh, absolutely.
We've seen them play, and they are good on all sides of the ball. And they're good coaching. Coach Padgett over there has done a tremendous job of building that program up. And this is probably, I would say, for Centerville, one of the best teams that he's had since he's been there.
Oh, I would agree with that, yes.
So they're very good. I want to talk to you guys as Knights ball players. Okay, everybody knows what happened in the first game.
Yep.
That game's over. You're not playing that game. You're playing the game this Friday night. You have to have an attitude of that. We can do this. Everything you do this week in practice or outside of practice is going to be geared to how are we going to win this ball game. They have a lot of talent, but I'm going to tell you guys, you have a lot of talent also. And the key is to be gelling at the right time when it comes to sectional play.
Well, you saw that Cecina beat Heritage Christian,
I did, and
which was an upset.
I believe Heritage Christian came in undefeated, okay, or maybe one loss. But they play some big schools also. So it's not an impossible task. Is it a tall task? Absolutely. I was praying and hoping that we would play Centerville because you respect Centerville.
Yep.
You want to beat the best, and right now they are the best. So rise to the challenge. I'm looking for our kids to rise up, okay? And I'm sure the coaching staff will have them prepared.
Oh yeah, they'll be prepared and ready to go. And it's just now we've come off that week of fall break and back into our regular rhythm of what's going on. And, also we were missing a couple players. I'm not going to mention names.
Everybody's back.
But everybody's back now. Nobody got hurt
Nobody's
at the
hurt.
Winchester game. So we're at full force. They'll probably be at full force.
Yes.
And so, let's kick the ball up in the air and see who hangs on to it. And he who crosses the goal line the most will win the game.
Yeah, and you have to make a determination right now before the game starts that every play you're going to leave it all out there on the field. No regrets, okay? No regrets. Leave it all out there. Let the score take care of itself, Jerry.
Yep.
Okay? And let just go out there, give 100% from the very first snap.
That's all you can do.
And you got to hang on to the football. Don't make no mistakes. All those fundamental things that you've been taught since summer in football, those things got to happen on Friday night. And give yourself a chance. All right. I remember a couple of years ago when my son was a senior, we went up to Lapel. Lapel was probably 4 or 5 touchdowns better than us. We had the ball on the 10-yard line driving in to win the ball game.
Yep.
So it is not impossible. And I see talent on this team as superior, to be honest with you, especially at the key spots.
There's a lot of things that are variables in the game. Playing in the sleeting rain, I mean, there's lots of different variables that can come into play into a game.
We
that
might
you
be
can't-
praying for snow.
that you can't sit here today and say this is the way it's going to be. So you don't know what's going to happen. You just got to play to win.
Play to win, play your game, play within yourselves, give 100% effort. At the end of the day, if you can look in the mirror and say, I gave it all I have, nobody cares what the score is or who won or who lost. That's all you got to do. We want to win. Everybody wants to win. Centerville wants to win. And by all rights, they have performed very well this year. And they continue to perform well. And they've got a good team. But you guys out there, just bring it all to the table and don't leave anything in the locker room. Bring it all out to the field and let the chips fall where they may.
Well, and speaking of giving it your all, wrestling's coming up.
Wrestling. We're going to move on to another segment now.
So, I mean, when you're out there for 2 minutes, it's all or nothing for 2 minutes.
It is. Wrestling is probably, I've never been a wrestler. And for those of you who don't know, this isn't what you're seeing on TV on Monday Night Raw, okay? This is real wrestling. You're, athletically, you have to be in top-notch condition.
Absolutely.
And when they do wrestling practices, it's a lot about conditioning because you're going, believe it's a 2-minute segments or periods or whatever they call it.
2 minute periods.
2 minute periods. For 2 minutes, you're going all out 100% and exerting all your energy.
Yeah, and you take some thumps on that too. I mean, kids break arms and ribs, and I mean, it's not
an easy sport.
It's not a mamby-pamby thing. I mean, it's pretty brutal.
And I would say if you're a football player and you're not doing a winter sport, wrestling's a great place for you to be. They're always looking for people to put into weight classes.
And they're going to start practice November the 1st.
It's coming up. It's a week from tomorrow.
Yeah,
We're
a week
on
from
Sunday.
tomorrow.
Today is Sunday for us.
Yeah.
Okay, so a week from Monday is when they start. So, good luck to those guys. There'll be a lot of hard work, and they'll be practicing. If I'm correct, up at Williamsburg.
Yeah, Williamsburg at the gym up at the community center.
So they'll have the run of the place, and they can do what they need to do. And if you go to the Facebook page, they do a very good job of keeping everybody up to date on what's happening when the practices are. They have a middle school program.
Yes.
I believe they do an elementary program
Yes.
also. So they're really doing the work of putting a foundation in to build toward a successful program. So go to Facebook. Northeastern Wrestling, you can get a lot of information there, or ask a wrestler, as I say.
Ask a wrestler. Well, we're getting ready to start talking basketball, and I think we're going to run our promo here for Knights of the Round Table.
Basketball's right around the corner.
Right around the corner.
That's hard to believe. Girls basketball, I'm guessing a couple weeks we might be having a game here.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you what. Watch this video, and I'll guarantee you that you'll be watching the show on the 2nd of November.
Join host Jerry Middleton and panelists Rick Fletcher, Mark Kirkhoff, Coach Sarah Mayo, and Coach Brent Ross as they talk Northeastern basketball on Knights of the Round Table. The crew will discuss upcoming games, past games, and other related topics. The first show will air on this YouTube channel Tuesday, November the 2nd. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel and don't miss a shot to see what's going on in Knights basketball. Go Knights!
Well, Rick, girls basketball, and it's right around the corner.
It's only a couple weeks we have our first ball game, Jim.
Well, the first ball game is, it's November the 5th, a Friday night at Randolph Southern.
Yep, that's coming right up. A couple weeks from last Friday.
Yeah, last Friday, 2 weeks last Friday.
Oh my goodness, that doesn't seem possible.
Well, it is, and it is here. Now, the girls have been practicing for a week. They started practice on Monday.
Right.
I've watched a little bit, and it might be a very interesting season.
I think it could be a very interesting season. We're going to have a lot to say with Sarah Mayo on that round table. We'll look forward to that. My opinion is with girls basketball, again, we've touched on this previously, 5 new starters.
Yep.
All right, that's not necessarily a bad thing. We have some players coming up who did get some varsity experience
Yes.
last year. They'll move into the starting lineup. Got some young kids coming in, some freshmen that are probably going to
Yep.
see some time, is my guess, from what I could see in summer basketball. So it will be, in the beginning, it will probably, Jerry, be a work in progress. But that's all you can ask for is progress. When you look at it, it's going to be a young team.
Yeah.
I think they're only going to have one senior, and that's our favorite player, Jill Berger.
Yeah.
Okay, so she'll be there. But it's going to be an interesting season for the Knights. But I think what you'll see with them, with the girls, on the girls' side, it's going to be a building. You're going to build, not just building for next year, but building for the end of this year. To hit their stride when they get into their conference games and get into sectional play.
Well, I look at it, as I was just thinking about this driving up here tonight. I mean, you think about Mastriano, Osterman, Drake in a 2-3 zone on the bottom.
Yeah.
Talk about shot alters.
That could be formidable.
Oh, my goodness.
That right there has a lot of potential.
Then you put Slick at the top.
Who's got the greatest name known to mankind?
That's right,
I
Justice
love
Slick.
that name.
And you put her up here. You got 4 shot alters on the floor.
So a lot of this is going to have to be confidence building, all
That's
right?
gonna be
So
interesting.
they're going to find their rhythm. Again, they've lost 5 seniors last year, 4
Yep.
starters, and a lot of those played a lot of minutes starting from freshman year. So it's going to be a young team, but there's a lot of talent. The cupboard is not bare for girls basketball,
No.
so it'll be real fun to watch and follow as the season progresses.
Well, Rick, I have a segue here.
All right?
I'm going to segue into this next little bit. Do you know what a pig's favorite karate move is?
Oh, you're going to have to tell me because I don't know this one.
Pork chop. And speaking of pork,
Speaking of pork,
girls basketball is having a drive-through pulled pork dinner. That's going to be on the 6th of November, and that's going to be from 4:30 to 6:30. And you can purchase a ticket for $10 from any basketball player or a parent or something like that. They can set
call
you
the
up.
school.
Right, just call
They'll
the
know where the
school.
tickets are.
Yeah.
So November 6th, that is
Yeah.
coming up. So get your tickets. All the money goes towards girls basketball. A lot of these kids have to raise a lot of money for their program.
And for $10, I'd pay that just for the Wix pie.
Well, look at the menu. We've already gone over the menu
I know.
previously. We probably shouldn't do that here, Jerry.
No,
okay?
we shouldn't.
But it's a pulled pork dinner. Wix pies at the end.
At the end.
That's going to be included for dessert. $10. It goes to a good cause. Get your tickets. Get your dinner. These girls, I know they work hard. I know a lot of these girls, and I know how hard they work. And so really looking forward to their season and looking forward to that pulled pork dinner.
Oh, yeah. And then on the 9th of November, the second game of the season is at Muncie Central, home of the Bearcats at the Fieldhouse.
That's a historic field house, we should
Yeah.
say. That's a nice venue they have there.
Yeah.
Plus, it's been redone. I don't know if
Oh,
you
it's
know
nice.
that.
Oh.
I haven't been inside since it's been redone, but I bet you it's really
I
nice.
have. It's very nice now. And then also, our first 2 home games are going to be on the 12th and the 13th against Franklin County and LaPel.
Those will be a couple challenging
Yep.
games for the Knights. That'll give us a good gauge of where we're progressing to and how much progress.
And those 2 home games will be on My Team Live TV.
We'll be doing the broadcast this year, just like we did last year. You and I, and our camera
Yep.
crew, and probably our statisticians.
Yeah, we'll have the whole crew will be there.
Yep.
Well, so that covers the girls. Let's move some boys basketball.
Boys basketball starts soon.
Well, the 8th of November is when practice starts, but they've been having open gyms for the last 2 to 3 weeks. They didn't have any open gyms this week, obviously because we're out on fall break, but they're going to have open gyms this week, and then they'll be ready to start.
We lost some talent from last year, but
Yeah.
we have a lot of talent coming back in boys basketball.
Well, and there's a lot of
a lot of them have matured.
Yeah, well, what you have is a lot of sophomores who were sophomores
Yeah.
last year. They're now juniors this year. They played JV basketball. They got a little playing time on the varsity level. I think you're going to find quite a few of those kids are going to be ready to step right in.
Oh, I agree.
I don't think we're going to miss a beat with some of those kids.
I agree. And, and games coming up, the first game is that home game on the 24th of November against Seton.
That's the pre-Thanksgiving game, traditional game that we have here at Northeastern.
And then we'll travel up to the Golden Bears up at Monroe Central on that Saturday, the 27th.
That's always a tough game against Monroe Central, and my what I'm feeling is that they've probably improved quite a bit from last year on Monroe Central.
And then we'll travel on over to Centerville on the 2nd, and that's of December, and that's a girl-boy doubleheader.
Yeah, that's always a lot of fun to do it that way. We always do the girls and then the boys game, and then the following Monday probably do the JV games. I think that's how that usually works. Not sure how this works right here, but
Now, the next home game after the 24th, because of scheduling, is going to be Blackford, and so we'll have Blackford at home. And then that's on the 14th, and then the 17th, Shenandoah comes to town.
wow, back to back,
Oh.
Blackford and Shenandoah. Last year, I believe both those teams won their sectionals. They went to their regional. Interesting see what Blackford's going to be this year.
Yep.
They lost their big man.
Yep.
He's now playing at Ball State. I
Ball
believe.
State, yes.
Okay. So, and they had a very good team last year. We went up there and went toe-to-toe with them for most of the game.
Yep.
Didn't end up losing the ball game. Shenandoah, we have a history with. And so, don't know how they're going to be this year. They've lost a lot to graduation. I don't know what they have coming up. But those games are at home this year.
Yep.
So, looking forward to those. And we'll be there with MyTeamLive.tv broadcasting.
And
this
I'm
year.
also going to tell everybody right now that you do not have to make that trip to Shenandoah for the sectional, as it is back at Hagerstown this year.
Back where it belongs,
Oh.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Hagerstown's a perfect spot for the section.
Well, it's right in the middle of everybody.
Yeah, right in the
Yeah.
middle. They have a nice gym. They have probably one of the best PA announcers in the area. Don't know his name, but
John.
John, you
Yeah.
know his name, okay?
And parking.
Yep,
That's another
plenty
thing,
of
great
parking.
parking.
It's just a good facility for a sectional. Everybody nobody has to travel a long ways. It's right in the middle of all the schools.
Well, middle school boys basketball tryouts, real quick, are going to be Monday, October 25th, and Tuesday, October 26th, 5:30 in the middle school gym, 4 to 5:30 in the middle school gym. And that's about that for that.
Okay.
Now, we want to remind everybody, boy, Knights of the Round Table basketball program is going to be good. It's going to be a lot of hard-hitting questions. No softball going here. It's going to be hard-hitting questions. There's going to be a little fun with it. But you're going to get in depth to seeing and hearing about basketball at Northeastern.
We'll have both Coach Ross and we'll also have Coach Mayo.
Yep.
All right, and we'll just discuss basketball. That's all we're going to do, and
Yep.
discuss the teams, and they'll go over their players. We'll get in depth. We've never done this before
Nope.
here, so this will be a good preseason activity that people can watch. And it's a standalone program. It's not part of Nightline or anything.
Yep.
This is something that's going to stand on its own. So you'll be able to watch that. Mark Kirkhoff will also
Yep,
be there
Mark
with
will
us.
be there.
So looking forward to doing that, getting that
Yep.
thing set, and hopefully that'll be downloaded to YouTube on November 2nd.
Yeah, they should be up and ready to go on the 2nd.
So look for that on YouTube, and it should be a lot of fun.
And remind everybody, make sure you watch us this year on My Team Live TV.
We're looking for some boom babies.
Yeah, some boom
We
babies.
might have to retire the COVID high five.
Yeah,
this year.
I think that's might be heading out the door. I hope it is.
Also,
yeah.
if I can point to the box, okay, we will be doing our impromptu Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Player of the Game.
Yep.
Okay, and Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, we'd like to thank them as our sponsor. We get exactly $0 from this, okay? And sometimes the player gets a peanut butter cup. It depends if they can come and steal it, or sometimes not. Okay? But it's a lot of things. unscientific.
Yep.
It's you and I. We observe the game. It's not always the person who scores the most.
Yep.
It's the one who contributes and shows that, hey, we think this person deserves this this honor. So it's a lot of fun, and we have a lot of fun with it. So
We also want to remind you to subscribe and like us on this YouTube channel.
yep, there's little buttons. There's a like button. There's a thumb up.
We
thumb
like
up.
these, not those.
Yep. So
these.
give us the thumb up.
Thumb up.
You know, again, I'm going to give you my phone number, 765-914-6632. If you have some suggestions, questions, anything, comments, all I ask you is you tell me who you are, if you text me, and we would be happy to maybe at some point we'll bring it here.
Yep.
Okay? So myteamlive.tv will be there for all the home games and select road games.
Yes. Well, no academics going on.
No academics.
I will say this, though, the drama club, they've been practicing The Legend of Hog Holler, which goes back into, I should have used that for my segue. Oh well, next time.
Yeah.
And then I think you got something on Damsels.
Well, the Damsels have an activity going on. What the Damsels are, they're very good at doing camps and training for younger kids. They've always done that as long as I've known them. So on Saturday, October 30th, they will be having a camp for kids kindergarten through 8th grade. And that's put on by the Damsels.
Yep.
All the Damsels that we have, you know, currently on the team will be participating in this. Around 4:15 or so, right around there, they will have a performance. Okay, so all those kids that have been there all day, that's when the parents can come in and they can see what routine that they've done. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of work for the Damsels.
It's a fundraiser for them.
It's a fundraiser, but they have a lot of fun with it, and they put on some awesome shows. They really do a great job with that. So that's Saturday, October 30th. You can call the school, call a Damsel, go on their Facebook page, Northeastern Damsels. They do a good job of keeping everybody up to date.
Yep.
And just like the wrestling team we referred to, Damsels also does a great job. So you can go on their Facebook page and get all the information you need.
Well, Rick, I think that might be a wrap on
That's
this
it.
episode.
We got nothing else going on.
Nothing else.
So Friday night, be here at Northeastern High School. Centerville's coming to town. We're hoping for a good ball game. Hoping for a big crowd.
Big crowd.
All right, cheer block. You know, and you guys know who you are. You've been fantastic all year.
Absolutely.
And you got to raise your game now. I'm challenging
right.
you to step up and raise your game. So that's the challenge going out.
All right. Well, for Rick Fletcher, I'm Jerry Middleton, and you know what? It's been another good night.